This video is being prepared for the Retired Employee City of San Antonio. The presenter is Joe Jimenez of G3 Public Relations. We're going to talk today about the operations available to Ricosa through MailChimp, which is an email distribution website that is good for organizations like Ricosa to send, make contact with their members on a regular basis. So we're going to go to MailChimp, which is available through MailChimp.com. We're going to go ahead and log in. I'm going to log in using my business account. When certainly Ricosa has its own username and password, but we're just going to use my account for demonstration purposes. I'm going to log in. Okay, here's my front page dashboard, and it tells me about some other campaigns that I had going on for other clients. Right here, we're going to go ahead and go to the Create bar, the top of the left-hand column. And this shows you all the different things that you can do within MailChimp to create, contact campaigns with your members. So these are just all the different functions and widgets, if you will, that are available through MailChimp. The first thing that we need to do, though, is add contacts. We need our contacts to merge with MailChimp. And this would be appropriate if, say, the city of San Antonio or the state or someone were to give Ricosa a list of the members that it had of former city employees that it had somewhere that Ricosa was able to procure. So here we're going to go to Contacts. And right now, this shows where there's an existing database of contacts. And what we're going to do is we're going to add contacts to my existing database. Right now, there are 497 contacts, 489 of them are subscribers. And we're going to go here to Add Contacts and Import Contacts. So now it's asking me how I would like to import contacts. And because I have a file already, I have a tab delimited text file, which I prefer to work with because it strips out unnecessary Excel worksheet code. It's very clean, and it's actually what I think most programs like this prefer. So we're going to upload the file. It's a tab delimited TXT file. Continue to upload. Now we're going to browse for this file, and I have it here in my folder for Ricosa, and that is dummy text, just sample text that I've created to demonstrate for Ricosa. So here is the file. I clicked on it, and now we're going to continue to organize. We just need to tell MailChimp some things about this list. First of all, we're going to just suggest that all of the contacts in this list are subscribed, meaning that we've gained permission to market to them or to keep contact with them. There are other options. You can say unsubscribed, non-subscribed, cleaned, and each one of these has their own notifications and conditions that MailChimp would like to know about. Okay, but we're going to go to subscribed. This box right here, update any existing contacts. So let's say that we already have within the MailChimp program for Ricosa a list of retiree members. If we go and get another list, it's possible that there would be duplicates, or there would be the same name but maybe one list has a current address and you're very confident that all the addresses are more current in the new list than what you have on the Recosa website. So if that were the case, you would want to click this button right here, update any existing contacts. And that way, when they get imported, MailChimp will recognize that they're the same contact, but they have updated information, and it will automatically update those contacts. But we don't have that situation, so we're just going to continue to the next step. Okay, so in this is where we organize contacts using simple words or phrases that make the most sense to you. Now, we could choose, they suggest, MailChimp suggests, you could use any of these popular tags just to say to yourself later what group this is. But we're going to create our own tag. We're going to call it Recosa Member Dummy List. And this way we know, or I'll know later, that I can pull these out from my existing list because it's just demonstration list. So now we're going to hit continue to match. And here we have the list as it came in from the file. And here we can see that email address, that looks good. First name, that looks good. Middle name doesn't look so good because these are actually the last names of these folks over here. So we're going to go up here and change the column. So here it says select a field for this column, and it already populates last name because it kind of figured it out that this was the last name and not the middle name. So that's good. Thank you, MailChimp. We click on that and we've corrected this. Now let's go to property address. Again, this is colored in red, so we know that there's a problem with it. MailChimp doesn't like it. So let's go here, and this says address, combined address. It's given us the suggestion. Maybe we don't like these. Okay, I need to call a brief timeout here for just a split second. You may have noticed that I clicked on the box where the address was, and the cursor then moved. There's another box that shows up on the screen when you're working in MailChimp, but unfortunately, in the recording video program that I'm using, that box does not show up on screen. So for this discussion and the discussion that's going to follow in the next few seconds about zip codes, you're going to have to use your imagination because a box does show up with several options. And you'll see it in the box that's on screen, all of the options that are available to you when you click. I just can't reproduce it live on screen. So use your imagination. But right here, we will resume the video as it appears, originally appeared in my first production while I was working through the options available to you on the MailChimp screen itself. And we're just going to go here and we're going to create a new field, and we're going to call the field street address. And it's a text file. It has a few numbers in it, but it's a text file. But we'll just leave it at that. So we'll confirm that. And then you can see here that it's configured, change the name to street address. Now let's go over here to address proper. I don't think, let's see, I want to look at this. Oh, so this is a worksheet issue. And I'm just going to go ahead and accept the MailChimp suggestion that we label this address combined. And we'll just confirm that. MailChimp seems to like that better. The city was okay. The ST MailChimp didn't like that, so it puts that in red. Let's go here, and it doesn't give us a option to make that the state. And in fact, when we go here, when I scroll up to address state, it doesn't allow me to click on that. So that means that I'm going to have to go up here to create a new field and just type in state. And it's a text type, and we're just going to hit confirm. Now, here we have zip. And let's go here, and they're suggesting, MailChimp suggests that I use this, but I'm not. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to go up here, and I can't click zip postal. So I'm going to go up here and create a new field, which is zip code. And because it's numbers, I'm just going to click here, select the data type, number, and I'm going to confirm it. Okay, so therefore we've got all of our fields in. Everything is not is in white, so that means MailChimp recognizes them and likes it. Oh, here's one more field. The reason why I knew that was there was because there were 3 dots here, and that indicated that if I click here, I go to the middle section, the first section, but let's go to the third section. And I've got this one more problem area over here. When I imported, this was in my text file, and it's titled owner name, and I'm going to change that to something that MailChimp will like, and we will just title that let's see, we'll just go ahead and make a new field, and we'll we'll title that owner name, and it's text, and we'll just confirm that, and there we go. So now we're just going to finalize the import, and this says review and complete your import. 8 contacts will be added to your G3 public relations audience. It's going to be imported from the file upload. Everybody's subscribed. Update existing contacts. No, we're not going to do that because these people certainly won't be in my existing list. And none are tagged. So let's just go ahead and complete the import. All right. Now that our import was successful, we're going to go ahead and start a targeted campaign to these folks. And we'll click that button. And here's where we're going to create a campaign. This is going to be an email campaign. So the place where we start is the name, and we're going to title that as a, let's see, Ricosa dummy text list. And we're going to save that. So we just have a sample, and we know it's a sample because I named it dummy. And this is where we're going to go through the items that are required to go ahead and send this campaign. Here we have 2. So who are we sending it to? Well, we're going to just send it to those 8 people that we just moved into our audience list. And then we're going to say who are we sending this from? And this is going to be add from. And in this case, I've got it already set up to send it from me at my email address. This is my business email address. I'm going to go ahead and authorize that. So now with the check mark here, we're sending it from my address. And here we go with the subject. Let's add a subject line. The subject line is congrats on your new membership at Ricosa. Okay. And then we have, this is the headline that comes in, but then this is preview text. And preview text is pretty important because it might give somebody, if they're on their cell phone, it might give them a 2 or 3 line opening description of what your text is about. And they may open it based on that. So we're just going to say that these instructions will help you learn about Ricosa. There we go. and then we're going to hit save. There we go. So we have the congrats on your new membership, and the preview text is these instructions will help you learn about Ricosa. Now, we're going to do the rest of the content in the email, and I'm going to try to keep this pretty simple. This is where we're going to go ahead and click Design Email. Now, we have a lot of options within MailChimp to create really great looking emails. And there's a lot of templates that are already there that we can choose from to send to our members. And a lot of it just depends on what information we have that we want them to see. And these are, we have one column basic emails, one column full width, two columns. Well, first of all, there's one column up here and then two columns below. Now, to get some of this one, you would have to upgrade your membership within MailChimp, and that would have some cost to it. But these over here are free because we're not getting that message, but you can see all of these down here and over here require the upgrade. But let's just go with the one column format because that's the easiest. We'll click there. Okay, just like we learned in the WordPress editor, there's a lot of things over here that give us some functionality that we can add to our email. But let's start with the basics. Let's start with what MailChimp wants us to add, which is the logo. So we're going to click here on logo, and you can see that over here on the right, a box pops up to add in our logo. Now we're going to go ahead and find a logo. Here are a couple of logos that I already have, and we're going to upload the Ricosa logo. Now Ricosa is over here in my files. Okay, so that looks a little big to me. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it a little bit smaller. That's nice, it's centered. And so when somebody opens up their email, they'll get this displayed on their at the top of their email. We have other options here. We can create a border, we can round the corners, we can align this image in the center. If we wanted to move it over to the left, we can hit align left, and there it goes. But let's move it back to the center. I think that looked nice. And now we'll go here to the text. And this is where if we click on that box over here on the right, we get a lot of options to create the text. And this is where we're going to say, this is, or we'll just say this, headline for dummy email for Ricosa demonstration. Okay, that's the headline, and then here in the text is, we'll just say something like, I hope you are enjoying this video. I'll try to spell video right, and there we have it. We're just going to leave this other, we don't need this right here actually. We'll just delete that, and we'll just add the website address, ricosa.org. And here we'll make sure to go ahead and make this as a link that somebody can click on. So we'll highlight all of that. We'll go up here to the little hyperlink, and we'll tell MailChimp that they should make people, if people click on that it would go to this hyperlink, and we'll insert that. And you can see now there's a little underline, which means that if somebody clicks on that, they would go to the website. We'll go ahead and save and close this. And there's all kinds of things that we can add. If we wanted to add an image, we can add an image here. So here we go with our email. We're ready to go, and we're going to hit continue. Now, we haven't sent this email yet because we haven't approved it, but I want to take a look at it first. So I'm going to hit here, send test email. And here we're going to send it to my personal business account, and I'll hit send test. Now, let's say that we wanted to send this to somebody in addition to myself. So let's go here. It says use commas to separate multiple emails. So let's say that I wanted to send this to my Yahoo address. And my business address. And if I wanted to send it to either one of these with some words about approving this, we can add a personal message. So let's see. This email is a test, and I need your review before I send it out to the dummy list. Okay, so it would send an email to these two addresses. Uh-oh, it doesn't like it. We were unable to complete all tests send. And the reason it doesn't like this is because I put a semicolon in and not just a comma. So let's send another test mail. It says use commas. I should have read the instructions. And then let's go ahead, and this is second test email, which needs your review and approval. So we'll send test, and it's gone off over to my business account and my personal account at Yahoo, and no reason really to go through more song and dance about that. So at this point, we have other options that MailChimp allows us to do, which would be to add this post to our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram accounts. We don't have that for Ricosa, so we're going to ignore all of this. And we're just going to go ahead and hit send up here in the upper right. Or, I'll tell you what, let's not hit send. Let's hit schedule, because we could schedule this for another date. Send time. Actually, it looks as though schedule emails based on different criteria, but we would have to upgrade to the paid MailChimp account, which I personally don't have. Maybe Ricosa does, but I'm just going to go ahead and X out of there, and we'll just go ahead and send these emails now. You're about to send a campaign to G3 Public Relations 8 subscribers. Now, these are all dummy emails, so they're all going to get kicked back, and we'll see that here in a minute. All right, but we're going to go ahead and send it. So here, where we say Ricosa dummy text list is on its way to 8 subscribers from the audience G3 Public Relations. Take a breather, you've earned it. Yes, I have. Track your stats with our mobile app. We don't want to do that. But let's go ahead and go over here to reports. In the reports, we can see that, remember, we had 497 subscribers. We added 8, so now we have 505. Now, here is the dashboard, and I can see that we sent the Ricosa dummy text list, and there are 0 opens and 0 clicks. That's because they were all dummy text, or dummy addresses. But if we go here to view report, we'll get more information that MailChimp provides about this send. It's not going to show much because these are all, as I said, dummy email addresses. So we can see that there's nothing to see here. No checks, nobody's opened up the email because nobody got it. And we can see that, they have said that, hey, there's a 0% open rate on these emails. The click rate and unsubscribers for other organizations would be this amount or this amount. And we clearly haven't hit that because these are dummy email addresses. Okay, so anyway, that is a way, though, that we can take a look at how well we are reaching our audience. And to me, this is the most important part and functions of MailChimp. Uh, the other item that we can take a look at for another video is about how to integrate the collect information from the website into the MailChimp list. But I think I want to do that a little bit differently once we have logged into the MailChimp address. Okay, so for now, I think that's going to complete our report or our video in here. And I hope you enjoyed it.